Alright, my darling, read you the story of Lot's wife and Jacob's struggle at Peniel, chapter 19, from 2067 BC. The words of Moses, son of Levi. Alright, now there came two angels unto Sodom at evening, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom. And Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them. And he bowed himself with his face toward the ground, and said, Behold now, my lords, turn in, I pray you, into your servant's house, tarry all night, wash your feet. You shall rise up early and go on your way. And they said, Nay, but we will abide in the streets all night. And he pressed upon them greatly. And they turned in unto him, and entered into his house, and he made them a feast, and did bake unleavened bread. And they did eat. But before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed the house round, both old and young, and all people from every quarter. And they called unto Lot, and unto him, saying, Where are the men which came in unto thee this night? Bring them out, that we may know them. And let Lot went out the door unto them, and shut the door after him. He said, I pray you, brother, do not so wickedly. You'll know, I have two daughters which have not known man. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do unto them as good in your eyes, but unto these men do nothing. And therefore they came under the shadow of my roof. He said, Stand back. They said, Again, this one fellow came in to sojourn. He will needs to be a judge now. We will deal worse with thee than with them. And they pressed sore upon the man, even Lot, and came near to break the door. But the men put forth their hand, and pulled Lot into the house to them, and shut the door. And they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness, both small and great. So they wearied themselves to find the door. Right now Lot is going to flee to Zoar. And the men said unto Lot, Hast thou here any besides thy son-in-law, thy daughters, and whatsoever thou hast in the city, bring them out of this place. For we are going to destroy this place, because the cry of them is waxen great before the face of the Lord, and the Lord has sent us to destroy it. And Lot went out and spake unto his sons-in-law, which married his daughters, and said, Get you out of this place, for the Lord will destroy the city. But he seemed as one that mocked unto his sons-in-law. Now, when the morning arose, then the angels hastened Lot, Arise, saying, Take thy wife and thy two daughters, which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of the city. And while he lingered, the men laid hold upon his hand, and upon the hand of his wife, and upon the hand of his two daughters. And the Lord being merciful unto him, they brought him forth, and set him without the city. And it came to pass, that when they had brought them forth abroad, he said, Escape for thy life, look not behind thee, neither stay thou in all the plain. Escape to the mountain, lest thou be consumed. And Lot said unto him, Not so, my lord, behold, thy servant hath found grace in thy sight. Thou hast magnified thy mercy, which thou hast showed me unto me, saving my life. I cannot escape to the mountain, lest some evil take me and I die. Behold now, the city is near to flee unto, and it is a little city. Oh, let me escape thither. Is this not a little one? Then my soul shall live. And he said to him, See, I have accepted thee concerning this also. I will not overthrow the city for that which thou hast spoken. Haste thee, escape thither, for I cannot do anything till I come thither. Therefore the name of that city is called Zoar. Well, the sun was risen upon the earth when Lot entered into Zoar. And then the Lord rained upon Sodom and Gomorrah fire and brimstone from the Lord from heaven. And he overthrew the cities and all the plain, and all the inhabitants of the cities which grew upon the ground. But his wife looked back. She became a pillar of salt. Skip ahead to the future. This is another have a similar theme. This is from 1906 BC. This is when Jacob wrestles with God. Alright, now chapter 32 of Genesis, where this is Jacob's fear of Esau, his brother. To start with. So it begins with Jacob's fear of Esau. Alright, now Jacob went on his way, and the angels of God met him. And when Jacob saw them, he said, "This is God's host." And he called the name of that place Mahanaim. And Jacob sent messengers before him unto Esau his brother unto the land of Seir, the country of Edom. And he commanded them, saying, "Thus shall ye speak unto my lord Esau. My servant Jacob saith thus, I have sojourned with Laban, and stayed there unto now. I have oxen, and asses, and flocks, and manservants, womanservants, and I have sent to tell my lord that I might find grace in thy sight." Right, now the messengers returned to Jacob, saying, We came to thy brother Esau, and also he cameth to meet thee, 400 men with him. And Jacob was greatly afraid and distressed, and he divided the people that was with him and the flocks and herds and camels into 2 bands, and said, If Esau come to one company, smite it, and the other company which is left shall escape. And Jacob said, O God of my father Abraham, God of my father Isaac, the Lord which saith unto me, Return unto thy country and thy kindred, and I will deal well with thee. I am not worthy of the least of all the mercies and of all the truth which thou hast showed me unto thy servant. For with my staff I passed over this Jordan, and now I become 2 bands. Deliver me, I pray thee, from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esau, for I fear him, lest he will come and smite me, and the mother with the children. And thou sayest, I will surely do thee good, and make thy seed as the sand of the sea, which cannot be numbered for the multitude. Alright, and he lodged there the same night, and took of that which came to his hand a present for Esau his brother, took 200 she-goats, and 20 he-goats, 200 ewes, 20 rams, 30 milch camels, and their colts, 40 kine, 10 bulls, 20 she-asses, 10 fowls, and deliver them into the hand of his servant, every drove by themselves, and said unto his servants, Pass over before me, and put a space betwixt drove and drove. And he commanded the foremost, saying, that when Esau my brother meeteth thee, asketh thee, saying, Whose art thou? Whither goest thou? Whose are these before thee? Then thou shalt say, They be thy servant Jacob's. It is a present sent unto my lord Esau, and behold, also he is behind us. So commanded he the second and the third, and all that followed the drove, saying, On this manner shall you speak unto Esau. When ye find him, say ye more, Behold, thy servant Jacob is behind us, for he said, I will appease him with the present that goeth before me, and afterward I will see his face. Peradventure he will accept me. So went the present over before him, and himself lodged that night in the company. Alright, and when he arose that night, he took his 2 wives and his 2 women servants and his 11 sons, and passed over the ford Jabbok. And he took them and sent them over the brook, and sent over that he had. Now Jacob was left alone, and there he wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day. And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh was at a joint as he wrestled with him. And he said, Let me go, for the day breaketh. And he said, I will not let thee go, except thou bless me. And he said unto him, What is thy name? He said, Jacob. And he said, Thy name shall no more be called Jacob, but Israel, For as a prince hast thou power with God and with man, and hast prevailed. Jacob asked him and said, Tell me, I pray thee, thy name. He said, Wherefore is it that thou dost ask after my name? And he blessed him there. And Jacob called the name of the place Peniel, for I have seen God face to face, and my life is preserved. As he passed over Peniel, the sun arose upon him, and he halted upon his thigh. Therefore the children of Israel eat not the sinew which is upon the hollow of the thigh to this day, because he touched the hollow of Jacob's thigh in the sinew that shrank. Alright, I'm loving that. Chien.